Do you ever jump into a new game full of excitement, only to feel completely lost within minutes? Well, that was me with Elite Dangerous. Thought I was ready for an epic space adventure, but instead, I was overwhelmed, confused, and questioning if I even wanted to keep playing. But here's the thing, what happened next completely changed my opinion. And if you're on the fence about playing Elite Dangerous, let me save you the struggle, because there's one key thing I wish I knew before starting, and it might just make or break your experience. Now, I've been playing Kingdom Come Deliverance for some time, and I wanted a bit of change. Got a VR headset, and I quite enjoy playing Squadrons in VR, but it didn't quite satisfy my edge. I wanted something to keep going, something bigger, but set in space. What better way than to try Elite Dangerous? Now, I'm not going to lie, any game that requires you to tab out of the screen to go to third party websites to try and find parts or ships or stations or systems, and it doesn't have a story, and it's mandatory that you watch other content creators' videos just to have any idea of what to do or where to go, to me, doesn't feel like a game. It feels more like a chore. Yet, there's something about Elite Dangerous that just keeps bringing me back. You see, it throws you into this massive, unforgiving galaxy with barely a nudge in the right direction. The tutorials cover the bare minimum, leaving you to figure out the core mechanics like fuel scooping, navigation, and even basic docking on your own. It's easy to waste hours just wondering why you're stuck in a system, only to realize you didn't plot a route with a scoopable stars or something. Fuel scooping is the art of refilling your ship from a star in space, and it's the only way you can survive out in deep space. Once you've gone through the basic tutorials, it gives you the basics in flight, and I think there's an on-ground mission. It gives you kind of a sense of combat. Then you're given this like little sidewinder. It's the most basic of the ships. £250,000 in credit, dollars or credits, however the currency works, and you're let loose into the galaxy. And that's pretty much it. It's a one-to-one scale of the actual Milky Way. So the game's been running for like 10 years now, and players have only discovered like 0.5% of the planets in the game. It's massive. But the lack of story progression means that you literally make your own stories. Now, I know that sounds like a bit of a cop out when there isn't anything pushing you forward and you've got nowhere to go. And I remember that first time of leaving the station, I went out for a little fly around the system, and it felt very much like the very first time you push off the wall in a swimming pool. And you kind of panicking a bit. You're like, I need to get back really quickly. But the next time you go a little further and a little bit further, and then you kind of work out how you can travel to the next system, and slowly, over time, you get a bit more confident. In order to survive and travel anywhere or do anything, you're going to need to upgrade your ship and all of its components. From the ship's weapons to the warp drive to the shields, you name it, anything can pretty much be customized. Costs money, so there is the grind. Early game missions pay peanuts, and without knowledge of profitable trade routes or efficient ship builds, you're kind of stuck making frustrating progress. Meanwhile, veteran players are out there ranking in the millions, making your courier jobs feel a bit like loose change. The controls don't help either, with realistic flight physics and combat system management. Even basic tasks like landing or fighting feel overwhelming at first. Using a controller or a keyboard and mouse can feel clunky and awkward, and you've got so many keybands. Unreal. Using the gamepad does make flying a little easier, but then you still have to revert to the keyboard for certain actions. On top of that, space is lonely. The galaxy's sheer scale is both awe-inspiring and isolating. Without any clear objections or story missions, new players can quickly lose motivation. But you'll spend a lot of your time staring at empty space, wondering what you're supposed to be doing. And if you do venture into the PvP areas, good luck. I've not tried it. Veteran players with heavily engineered ships going to make short work of you. Getting obliterated by someone with a maxed out gear while you're still figuring out how to retract your landing gear is some kind of special soul crushing activity I just don't want to even be bothered with. The game is one of the most immersive and rewarding space games out there, though. The sheer scale alone is mind blowing, with real star systems and planets that you can visit. The map in the game is the same map that Mass Effect used, but it makes Mass Effect version looked really, really small in comparison. You're kind of just drifting in the blackness, landing on distant worlds, or just staring at the sun from light years away. This game actually makes you feel small in the best possible way. What makes it so good is the freedom, though. You're not locked into a specific role or storyline. You can be a trader or a pirate, bounty hunter, or just wander the galaxy like me, doing exploring and finding new unknown systems. It's completely player driven. So if you want to become a combat pilot, go for it. Prefer mining rare minerals in deep space? Yeah, that's an option too. But the game doesn't hold your hand. It gives you the tools and lets you decide what to do with them. But it is exciting when you have the ability to travel beyond known space and land on a planet nobody else in the entire 10 years of the game has done so. Being the first player to walk that surface immortalizes your name in the game for as long as the servers are running, which is pretty cool. Not many games give you that kind of opportunity. The flight mechanics are another reasons it stands out. It's not just some arcade style shooter, it leans into realism. You have to manage your thrusters and momentum and gravity, and piloting feels incredibly rewarding. Nailing a perfect landing or pulling off a precise maneuver, avoiding burning out all of your systems by getting too close to the sun is genuinely satisfying because of how much skill it takes. Then there's the atmosphere. The sound design is next level. The hum of your ship's engines, the eerie silence of deep space, and the faint crackle of distant comms make it kind of feel real. And when you're alone, surrounded by nothing but the void, the scale of it hits you. It's hauntingly beautiful. So, what do I think? Well, it's not a game you can just play for a few hours before moving on to the next one. It takes time and dedication, and you're going to have to watch a lot of YouTube videos if you want to know what to do and where to go, and also how to make money. Because once you get the basics under, then you're pretty much free to do what you want. Within each trade, there are ways that you can make big money very quickly, and yes, it's frustrating that you have to use third-party apps to find where to go or what to see, but there is that genuine feel of excitement when you work out that you can go faster around the sun to fill your ship quicker now, and you can jump 20 light years ahead instead of 5 because you've upgraded your ship, and you get to go further into unknown space. If you've got time to sink into the game, then go for it. It's very immersive. If you've ever thought about living in space, it's definitely a game for you. If you're wanting something that's a bit more action heavy, maybe, then it's going to take you time to get there, and there might be better games for it. And if you want to play something completely at the other end of the spectrum, well, I've been spending a lot of time in Kingdom Come Deliverance, so you might want to go and check that video. It's on screen now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button. I'll see you next time. Commander.